If there was a film that perfectly encapsulated the tone and vibe of the 1980s, Top Gun is that movie. A story of two rookie naval aviators being given the chance to train at the US Navy's fighter weapons school, Top Gun. The film was a cheesy action film that very much pleased its target audience, hailing it as a classic. But critically, the response was more mixed. With the film being re-released with its sequel for its 40th anniversary last week, I thought now would be the perfect time to do a retrospective review of Top Gun. Personally, I have very mixed feelings on this movie. There are parts of it that I love, and parts of it I really don't think have stood the test of time. Let me explain. Hi all, I'm the Grinning Critic and I love talking about movies with a grin. Today, however, I'm talking about a movie with somewhat of a grin on my face, as there are elements in this movie that I love, but also there's a lot of elements in this movie that I really don't like. Now, I think that a lot of people's opinions in this movie are very much shaped by their experience they've had with this movie. There are a lot of people who saw this movie as a kid, loved it, and it made them join the Navy to become naval aviators, who consider this one of their favourite movies. And then there's people like me, who saw it for the first time just the other day, and thought it was fine. But look, if you're really into planes, I could totally understand why you may love this movie. The aviation sequences are well shot and thrilling set pieces, making the pursuit of flying planes look appealing, even to someone who has no interest in aircraft. The movie is also able to encapsulate the spirit of flying aircraft, why these people are so passionate about it, and the reward in pursuing these difficult challenges despite the potential sacrifices that must be made. The production levels of this movie are still impressive in today's standards. The soundtrack is catchy, although admittedly it can be slightly overbearing at times when they reuse the same songs over and over again. The cinematography on land and on the ground is gorgeous, particularly in the brilliant shadow and lighting composition, aided by the choice to shoot most of the exterior scenes at sunset, which just makes them look really pretty. For better or worse, this is a product of the 80s. It's an absolute vibes experience that defines this decade. The portrayals of masculinity, heroism, colour grading, use of music, all feel directly out of that era, and this exact movie could not have been made in any other time period. And it's so refreshing to just see a blockbuster of this scale have such a personality to it, where so many of the blockbusters that come out today are just corporate made and have no real life in them. Granted, it being so 80s, it most certainly has not stood the test of time, with certain elements having aged really poorly. In particular, the whole romance element, where Tom Cruise follows this woman into a bathroom, or him constantly flirting with her, despite her literally being his instructor and him getting away with it. Beyond this movie has a lot of script issues. I found the story somewhat meandering and monotonous, feeling as though the same scenes happen way too many times. And also, the plot was extremely weak, it lacked clear objectives much of the time, and it felt very episodic in its execution. Top Gun is a product of its time. It has the thrills and competency of your standard summer blockbuster, but lacks in its plotting and frequently feels dated in execution. I'd give Top Gun a C+. I'd say that this is essentially the inferior version of Top Gun Maverick. That movie improves on this movie in every single conceivable way, and does everything just that much better. But regardless, those are just my opinions. I totally understand why a lot of people just absolutely love this movie, and it's one I'd be curious to revisit 10 years from now to see how it holds up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm the Grinning Critic, and don't forget to subscribe to me. It'll make me grin again, that's for sure.